Hello everyone. When you are overheated, you cannot dodge. I love that. Welcome to Sunless Skies. I'm Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that I have you here. I'm very happy to have you here with me. Thank you so much for joining me. We have a lot of places to go to, and we're currently over here. I don't think I have any mission to do here, or maybe I do, actually. Let's give it a look-see. In regards to going on an expedition. Actually, I can go on an expedition here because it's to join a hunting party, and this reduces my terror. Yeah, I can do that. It's not the same as the other place, the one that studies things. Along with a few of your braver crew members, you set out into the depths of the nature reserve for a bracing walk and a quiet picnic. The fauna around here is shy and when not being hunted, it doesn't even try to steal your scones. Lovely! I do enjoy scones. Scones are very nice. Okay, so we're going down there. Actually, yes, we're definitely going down there. But we could explore. Oh no, that's I think I crashed. Yeah, we could explore. We could go into here. We never did. I am a little super, full of stuff. And speaking of which, I need to look into my hold over here to see that we need to go to... Yeah, that's exactly where we're going. Just to make... Ooh, we got things in there. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to need to jettison some stuff. But at least we're exploring stuff, so that is nice. Oh, no, that's definitely not the right way. And we are going to need to jettison stuff. What did we drop? Or what did we get? Our jettison is fuel. I think I got fuel. Well, there you go. It's fine. It's not a problem at all. And we do have wind to the west of here, and there is also an area around here somewhere that we need to go to. We have a few missions in there. I don't remember the name, but there's a bunch of things that we need to do over there. But before that happens... Are you friends? It's a dreadnought going on. I think we're friends. Don't crash against me. Seriously. Seriously. Why do you do this? What's wrong with you? Holy crap. Anyway, are we gonna get all the things in there? Just supplies, that's good news. Send the bat out. Because the bat eats a bunch of stuff. What do we have? Your scouts... Oh, it's a thing for us to reduce terror, I would wager. Also something down there. We shall go. Oh no, is that terror? No, that's one of those things that we need to talk to. But we don't have the butchery thing. I say talk to, but that does not look like talking to. Let's go this way. We do need to go to Lustrum soon, so I don't want to mess around too much with our current location. Also because this is a whole area, so I might as well explore the periphery and get that done with. Some screams out in the background. Potentially something nice in here. Oh, I know what it is. Don't crash. Don't crash. It's one of those places that you can recharge at. I think. Eleanor Green. Yeah. No, it's actually something grave. Not 100% sure what this is. The window frames serve as a trellis for a vine circumnavigating the signal box. The plant's stem resembles thigh-thick twine, giving the building the appearance of a hurriedly wrapped parcel. Inside, beneath a desk covered with rusted levers, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cash inside, but custom dictates they must later replenish. And I can recruit a Fatalistic Signalman as an officer, a signaler who increases mirrors by 6, veils by 2, and villainy by 1. That is interesting. This is, yeah, definitely I'm getting it, because it doesn't cost anything. Yeah. You detect a whiff of cigarette smoke as you enter. A man in a gray uniform and gray bowler rises from a chair. Evening. I don't suppose you're looking for a signaler. He does not sound hopeful. How long has he been waiting here? I'm hiring. He is startled by your response. Oh, right. Was expecting you to say no, to be honest. You ask what he was doing here. I work for his Embark line. It's the last one, I suppose. Hitch rides between the boxes, make repairs, sweep up a bit. But I could do with a change of scene. He seems unsure. Well, I'd better get my things together. He picks up a modest hold-all and checks his hat is on his head. Yes, I think that's everything. After you, Doctor. You can appoint a Fatalistic Signalman to be your signaler, but will that increase my villainy immediately, or right now, or later? So I can read the ledger. We've seen this before. The miscellaneous notes. No, it's... Yeah, this is a different thing then. Captains who withdraw from the cache should note their name and ship and what they took. Occasionally, they add anecdotes. The handwriting is poor. Oh, interesting, that is with the space. But legible. Captain Jones deposited materials for hull repair to pay back their debt. There is a column for miscellaneous notes, it says. The captain describes a field of debris they flew through to reach the signal box. Each rock was bursting with life. Tiny flowers the color of milk jostled in the currents of the engine. The locomotive was overwhelmed with the scent of honey and home. And that's Sky Stories, which is definitely very good. So I can read the cache, but I'm not gonna, because I don't need anything. Also, I might not even have space for it. That's a tackety going around. Oh, we have things. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, load. Hi. Just going around, sir. Don't mind me too much. Let's look at our signaler, though. Let's see. So we have signaler. I can't do anything here. So you, the Fatalistic Signalman. His mustache is stained with nicotine. His Eisenberg line uniform is neatly pressed. He always expects the worst, confident in the knowledge that he will still be disappointed. Trade tales of terror over tea and biscuits. Let's do that. What do I need for that? Tales of terror I have. Yeah, he is reticent by nature, but can be coaxed into conversation over depressing stories with horrible endings. Soon you are engaged in dismal competition. You raise the sad fate of Parliament and the tragic disappearance of the HML Parsifal. Didn't we see that? Maybe. He counters with a story of his own past. I worked on the Eisenberg line. It was meant to ring the whole reach. A chain of accelerators and hour funnels to speed locomotives between the outer ports. Doomed from the start it was. Some said cursed, but I reckon building a road around the sky is just a bloody difficult. It were never finished. He slurps his tea. I like to take a proper tour of the reach. See exactly how stupid we were. He's been loitering outside your cabin waiting for a chance. He's been very patient. He intimates that he might be able to put his old connections to work for you. If you were to drop him off in London for a little while, he wouldn't be gone forever, of course. Far too much to do aboard your engine. But he wouldn't mind the opportunity to do some consultancy work with the big movers and shakers of London's new economy. He might be able to garner you a few favors in London. Huh. No, don't crash. I think I did well in coming up here, for sure. What do we have? Oh, I thought nothing was gonna happen. Settlers who live so far beyond... this homestead is plated in a patchwork of corrugated iron. As you land, the barrel of a rifle pokes out from a boarded window and fires, kicking up a spray of grass at your feet. How unfriendly. But I'm terrible at this, so I'm gonna... Perhaps you'd rather not risk encountering hostile strangers. That's probably for the better. And my terror has fallen. No one who lives in the wild is likely to welcome strangers. Well, that hasn't been my experience so far. But I would not deem fair of me to judge that otherwise for the moment. So, off we go. That is not a place. Can't zoom in or out. Scroll wheel doesn't do anything. It'd be cool if the scroll wheel actually controlled the speed of your engine. And you could go into overdrive or something. Instead of just like pressing W. Or S. Or C, which is for cruise control. Which is what I use. Or I am using right now. For long voyages. Ooh, we got a thing over there. I bet it's the Avon. That's pronounced weirdly. The wreck gleams with frost. It often does. And we can repair our things. I'm going to enter through the yawning tear in the hull. Will I? Yeah, I will. I succeed at 49. Your boarding party follows you gingerly through the rent in the wreck's side. Shouldn't it be rend? The steel bones of the engine groan miserably. You'll need to hurry lifting your lamp. You'll need to hurry lifting your lamp. You lead your party towards the crew quarters. Any valuables you find are likely to be modest, but you might be able to sell them to prawn brokers. Let's do that. And 72 sovereigns is pretty decent. A thorough search of beds and sky chests accretes a trove of humble treasures to sell at port. Your boarding party hurries back to your locomotive in time to watch the wreck crack, split, and tumble into the sky. That was actually a pretty great haul. 72 is nice. I need more. I need so much more. But all in due time. We're about as good as we can get for right now. I am now regretting sending the bat out. Well, I'm not, actually, because we got some good hauls. Some good, stuff. And that loads that one. And yes, we still have 2 charges. This one and the next one. Why are you showing me the hull? My mouse is over here. Stop it. Don't. Oh, it's raining. I'm not sure. Okay. That sort of effect that happens over there is, I know it well. Hi. Hello. Okay. That wasn't very good. Okay, I hit it. Shouldn't mess too much. Woohoo! Yep. I wish that did damage to you, sir. Thing. Okay. Those things that it throws are super fast. A lot faster than cannonballs, I think. Or whatever missiles are. We did it. 43. Yeah, I'm gonna recover the sheets of parchment here. I'm not very good at that. There's a lot of experience. Your crew lean from the outer hatches with boat hooks and nets, swiping at the fluttering pages like a class of frenzied lepidopterists. Soon you have accumulated a small pile of parchment, dense with pictographic script. You carry it to your cabin. What secrets might it hold? You know, it's for me, it's always a great, like, you've noticed that before, I'm sure. It's always a great, you noticed what I'm about to say before, I mean. It's always a great sign of, or a sign of great writing for me, when I can read the most complicated sentences and just fluidly comes out of my mouth, because I'm pretty sensitive to sentences that I can't pronounce very fast because I'm not a native speaker, and even probably can't blame everything on that either. I'm just not necessarily the most well-read person in general. And that class of frenzied lepidopterists. That's quite something, and that's one of the reasons why I enjoy Chris Avallone's writing so much, is because his writing always flows in my mouth. And he's not the only writer that just I can detect easily to be of him, because he has a very specific style. But this game is just wholesale written in a way that I love, just absolutely. This game probably stands out as, I've said it before. And I was gonna say the fun I've had reading in a video game. That's not necessarily true. The most, maybe, because it's hard to say, but it's definitely one of the most. I would say top 3 in terms of writing. Is just impeccable. It's just well, not impeccable, because it does have some problems, and it probably is a testament to how good it is, because even with the problems of the writing, that, like, for example, the staff know this, and I'm pretty sure that's not how it's said, but anyway, stuff like that. I mentioned it before. Even with that stuff, it's still one of my one of the most fun I've had reading. Let's see. We can streep. We can leave the wreck untouched. We can force it open. That's very bad. Let's get some of that stuff. That's actually a lot. 14 hull is pretty good. And nobody showed up. And we're actually pretty close. Everything is gonna happen just fine. Because we will be able to get fuel up north. Because we're not getting fuel down here. What happens when we run out of fuel, I wonder. I would say... Oh, that's the bees. That's right. I would say we're forced to wait in place. Because I think that's what happens in Sunless Seas. I came here once. Don't remember why. A king, his cup, says the incautious driver. Yeah. I think it's his cup. We don't know why either, but we have a mission here. Let's arrive. And we also have a mission in Port Avon. Traitor's Wood is sprawling. Yes, it is. Can I... Oh, I don't know what I just did. The distinguished retailers, Ravenscourt... I thought I was going to write a port report. Ravenscourt and Stamford operate a small logging outpost. I can rest, which is great. I can ask for wood for the hull. And that would be 25 for 79 at most. I think I have maximum 80. I probably don't want to repair my hull with wood. It's probably more expensive than it should. Let's rest. Yeah, there it is. I don't... Yeah, and the date didn't change. The workers make room for you on the grass. You sup on cold meats and flat wine under the boughs of the trees. Later, you play cards and dice until the fiddler strikes up again. A charcoal burner brings out some whiskey she'd been saving. The singing lasts well into the night and almost drowns out the sound of the wood. Indeed. Okay, so it's the forest edge, the wood's edge. That's the... Yeah, that's just a different area. I should have read that. I'm sorry, because there was a... I thought I was gonna write a port report. It's still no port report over here. We're currently at the wood's edge. The wood is vast as a felled giant and fathomless as a great ocean. Like the ocean, much of it is hidden from view. Careful expeditions are required to go deeper into the wood. Now we could gather flowers that for verdant seeds. That wouldn't be too bad. Hunting this for what? For a caged catch. And visions of heavens. We could do that, but I'm not going to do either of those. Can't we do that with a... Isn't there a guide? There it is. That's why I came over here. The Summerset students camped in the dark wood require fresh material for their continued studies, entertainment, and occasionally roughage. They've requested 5 consignments of ministry-approved literature. The classes started lighted, but you can't please the theologians. Too fanciful, apparently. The medievalists cannot seem to come to a definitive conclusion. You're paid well all the same and invited to go stargazing in the pale wood, which is nice because that gives me a visions of heaven. And also I got jumbles. That's nice. I don't need it. I wonder if those were there before. I'm pretty sure they would have been there before. I'm gonna buy another one just in case on that, but we don't have anything to do there with the shops anymore. So the Parting Glade, the forest rises behind the station where a few tents have been set up. Yeah, that's the settler. That's one of the missions that I had over here. The forest rises, and I'm going to drop off a settler. They have arrived at their destination, but we didn't get the thing that she needed. Whether or not they still wish to be here is another matter entirely. I'm gonna, yeah, this is where she wanted to go. Encourage your passenger to disembark. She gives you a smile as weak as the tea she's been brewing aboard your engine before making a quick... That's terrible. Don't brew that. Just don't... Ugh. Anyway, I hate weak tea. Before making a quick departure, a small purse is all she's left behind in her cabin. Wait, that's on purpose? Wait. Deliver a settler. You've delivered a settler. If you visit Queen's Cross in Port Prosper, you can pick up another. Settler is no longer in a locomotive. I gained 100. A lark calls in the branches of an old oak. Its partner dives in the sky above. That's just not. That's just a thing. A lark is a bird, I think, because it's a call. Partner die. Yeah. That's just the thing that happened, right? It sounds very evocative. So I can explore the... Oh, that's the one. Write a port report, which is good. And explore the glade. Birds trill in nearby trees, and the sweet scent of flowers pervades the air. But I'm pretty sure I can't do this without anything happening. So we've done this before, or without, for any can't do that with any consequence. That's nice. So I am gonna do a large expedition, but first, before I do that, I will just make sure I actually have a mission here. So we have these ones. I can talk to the Feckless Theologian, and nothing is going on here. Classicists. Good. So I wonder if they're leaders of their own group of students, because when we returned, it said the theologians, not the single theologian. So, yeah. Let's look at our journal here and see if we have anything. So these are all of our things. That's the Repentant Devil, the last voyage, helping the circus. Return to the circus. Yeah, all in due time. These are all other things that I need to be better at. This is Lustrum, so I'll need to go there. The Rat Brigade. That's Perdurance. We need to find that. Old Tom's Well. There's a lot of things over here that we haven't seen yet. Perdurance as well. And then there's a bunch of other things. Entering the Regent's Grave. That's the one. Okay. So we should be able to do this. It's going to be fine. Expeditions into the woods. A large expedition is going to take supplies. I need to. I'll buy more. It's also going to use fuel, which means death. So I can't do that. Ooh. That's quite interesting. So we need to go to Port Avon and come back. No, wait. Sells supplies. I could swear I saw fuel being sold there, but I think it's wood. Anyway, yeah, we're not going back. I mean, we are going back. When we come back, I'll bring fuel. Just a lot of fuel. I'll try to remember. Because if we bring fuel from Port Avon, we should have no problems. The last time we walked, well, not walked, we flew these paths around here, we were super terrified. And just very bad things had happened to us. But now everything is better because we walked around the glades or whatever. It's very beautiful. I really like the pollen effects and all that. Reminds me of a game that's actually quite pretty, even though I didn't like it. Ori and the Blind Forest, I think it was. Yeah. It had a lot of these things. Other games have that as well. Just don't remember any of them. What is that sound? What is the sound? I'm sure you can hear it. It stopped. Oh, it's me, it's me rotating. I'm an idiot. Because it doesn't always happen, and that's why I was... Yeah. Wilkinsonstead. Okay, please don't crash against things, right? Right. Oh! Seriously? I could swear the light was there. I guess we see what we want to see. It's just a head-on collision. It's fine. It's good. We need to go... We're gonna rotate a little bit. Wee-hee. That's the docking. Whoop. Ding, ding. And here we are. Bucolic. Everything is good. And Port Avon. So share the gossip, write a port report. Does that use my... It does, I think. Does it? Let's share some gossips here. I have 4. And now I have 4 of each. Okay, that's good enough. I can't host a tea party, but that's fine because I needed a tea for other things. I will need to buy fuel, and I will buy a lot of it. That's should be enough. Well, it should be enough because I'm also going to New Winchester before I go to Lustrum. So let's go to Sharma Sons. Wait, oh, the Bazaar, right? This is to buy things, but I don't really need. I mean, I could buy them. They're pretty cheap. Yeah, I should. I should, because we're going to New Winchester. It's always good. Also have the Cyclopean Ruins, but this is a chance, if I remember correctly. Conduct a nocturnal excavation, or enjoy the picturesque surroundings. I fail. My terror. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I've done that. Nowhere in. Isn't this where I can... Oh, I can recruit a likely lass or lad. A less traditional Port Avon, or the less traditional Port Avon is, the easier this will be. It's pretty easy right now. Let's do that. Partial success? They're interested, but afraid to take the last step into the reeling sky. A handful of sovereigns will tip the scales. Let's do that. 10 for one crew. That's fine enough. That's good. I could get more crew import in New Winchester, but whatever. Read work of speculative fiction. I do use up. That's fine. I don't need that. I can appreciate an amount of cider, but we're not going to do that. The Village Green. That's the one. The Amiable Vagabond. Seek out the Court of the Skylarks. The camp has moved since the Vagabond was here last. He stoops to examine a wooden post etched with dozens of signs. We call these the Skylark signals, says the Vagabond. The post has been carved with dozens of crude hieroglyphs. Top secret. We carve them to tell each other the character of a port. He jabs at a row of zigzags. This means unfriendly. He points at a triangle. But this means there's a Skylark camp nearby. You follow him past the village's fringe. You hear voices raised in drunken song. Then you see a crumbling bridge beneath which are campfires and tents. My loyal subjects, roars the Vagabond, plunging down the slope. Stamping around the fires, singing of old adventures, howling and dancing and laughing, the Skylarks' coats are ragged, their hygiene is questionable, and many of them bear unsightly scars, but they seem to have found something to celebrate. Perhaps just like that, they have made it through the month. They raise their flasks and bottles in a toast, and roar together. My life is a lark, my king is the sky. And I'm going to listen to the stories around the campfire. The Vagabond is in his element, raising his voice above all others. Occasionally, one of the other Skylarks gets a turn. A Skylark hunches forward, his face skull-like in the firelight. He launches into a fanciful tale of somewhere hidden in the furthest corner of the reach called the Sugar-Spun Garden. The Sugar-Spun Garden is a mythical place where weary skylarks can settle down. He describes whiskey rivers and marzipan mountains in a land without laws. The skylark, lucky enough to find his way here, can sleep contentedly in a grove where even the trees are smiling. When he is finished, half the skylarks are weeping. The Vagabond raises his flask solemnly. Cinders swirl into the night sky. For 3 sky stories, that's pretty good. Stamping around the fires, my king is the sky. I'm gonna trade rumors. A group of flint-eyed skylarks are blowing smoke rings and sharing what they have learned while they roam the high wilderness. They discuss where to find work in New Winchester, the price of beer in Lustrum, the balance of the Winchester War, and wilder rumors too, of course. A wild-eyed skylark claims that the devils of Carillon are replacing people with doppelgangers. One woman, shivering, insists that she saw a 100-eyed monster the size of a continent swimming through the dark. Lastly, a solemn young woman announces that a skylark named Quivers has gone missing. It's been months since he was seen at camp or at any stations. Probably dead. There are 1,000 ways for a skylark to die before their time. 15 savage secrets. I have way too many of those. And the party is dying down. Many of the Skylarks are asleep in their tents or drifting back to the station in search of a ride. You search among the tents for the Amiable Vagabond and find him fast asleep while beside a dwindling fire. A flea-bitten dog is gnawing at one of his boots. The Skylarks are quite happy to let their so-called king sleep it off in the dirt. You shake him, and he wakes with a noise like a bear being stabbed. Another fine meeting with my loyal subjects, declares the Vagabond, lurching to his feet and swaying only slightly. Come, let us return to the engine. Adventure awaits. He sets off confidently in the wrong direction. The Vagabond's wanderlust is never sated. If you talk to him again, he might wish to visit somewhere new. Well, that's a great thing, isn't it? Let's talk to him again. I think I can do that right now. The Vagabond has seemed uncharacteristically morose of late. Perhaps you can cheer him up? Since you left Port Avon, the Vagabond... We haven't. The Vagabond has limited his fiddle playing to the most melancholy refrains. refrains here being used as chorus, which is nice. And it is rarely used to simply signify chorus, but chorus means a different thing. Refrain would be the beat of a song, of a music track, not necessarily sung, because it's playing the fiddle. Every time he leaves the boiler man in such a tearful mess that he has to abandon his duties. You share a drink and a few stories with a vagabond, hoping to get to the root of the matter. Even among the Skylarks, I don't feel quite at home, he says. I can't stop thinking about my old homestead in Lustrum. That's nice, we're going there. Perhaps we could visit there someday. Ah, Captain, take this flask away from me. Whiskey and nostalgia is a dangerous combination. And we get another Visions of Heaven, which is lovely. And I can have him play a tune. I don't think he's going to play... Yeah, that's just the normal thing that we did already. And the end of the episode. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Sunless Skies. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.